100 years ago. The year was 1919. The Chicago White Sox were steamrolling through Major League Baseball on their way to the World Series, a series the Sox eventually lost in 9 games to the underdog Cincinnati Reds, thanks in part to a handful of cheats on Chicago's team that would later be labeled the Black Sox. 1919, the president was Woodrow Wilson. Prohibition goes into effect, as women in 1919 were fighting for the right to vote. World War I came to an end with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles. Babe Ruth was sold by the Boston Red Sox to the New York Yankees for $125,000. Gas was 25 cents a gallon, a loaf of bread cost 7 cents, and a 1-pound juicy steak would run you 26 cents. The great Jackie Robinson and Liberace were both born in 1919, while former President Theodore Roosevelt dies in his sleep that year. Also that year, in the Midwestern United States, in the small town of Collinsville, Illinois, the students were enjoying their 11th year in their new high school on Vandalia Street. That year, head coach John Hawkins led his Collinsville Kahok football team to the gridiron for the first time. The Kahoks, they would go 1-3 that first year in Collinsville, but Collinsville Kahok football, it was born. Now we start 100 years, and it all begins anew in 2019. Now is the time for change and hard work. Now is the time for Collinsville Kahok football. The Kahok way.
Yeah, you know what it is. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Yeah, you know what it is. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, sophomores,
High school, like a champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Alton as we get you set for some high school football action. Week 3 is here, and your Collinsville Kahawks have made the trip to the big city of Alton to get ready to take on the host Alton Redbirds. I am Todd Duke alongside Chris Kettler and Zach Roseman. We're glad that you're with us here on the Kahawks Sports Network as we get you set for this contest between these two past Southwestern Conference rivals. And we welcome you into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. You can check them out at 517 West Clay Street, and you can stop in and ask them about their weekly specials. This week's weekly special is a fall mix bouquet for $25. That comes in a vase already, so you get a dozen flowers and the vase, all for $25 fall mixed bouquet. If you'd like any more information on that weekly special or anything else that Cullip Jennings has to offer, give them a call at 344-0404. We are on a little later than normal as Collinsville's bus ran into a little bit of a delay. They just arrived here about 10 minutes ago, so they're just now onto the field taking their warm-up practices. So the game got pushed back to a start time of 7:15, so bear with us just a little bit. And because of the delay, we obviously did not have a chance to do our interview with Collinsville head coach Mike Popovich, so you're stuck with myself and Chris Kettler talking to you for the next 15 minutes or so. As we get you set for this game, Chris, we're going to have to look backwards and talk about the Triad game, the home opener last week that did not go Collinsville's way.
No, it didn't go well on the scoreboard at all. 38-7 loss. Kahawks, they did answer the Alton, or Triad's early score there with a touchdown of their own, but couldn't get any more going the rest of the game. And then the defense just wore down as we went out throughout the game there, and Triad poured it on.
Yeah, looking at some of the stats from last week, Triad had a total of 59 plays, while Collinsville had 49. And total yards, Chris, that's where the key lies right there. Triad kind of ran all over the place. They gained a total of 332 yards, 57 of that through the air, and 275 through the ground. And Collinsville answered with a little bit less than half of that. They had 108 passing yards, but only 42 on the ground.
Yeah, Kahawks weren't able to get the ground game going like Triad did. They were impressive. They had a good game plan there, and they stuck with it, and they were able to get through the Kahawks defense there on the ground throughout the night.
Triad ended up with 16 first downs in that game compared to Collinsville's 9, and if I remember correctly, about 4 of those Collinsville first downs were because of Triad penalties.
Well, that's not good there. You got to get the first downs there on the ground or out passing there. You can't expect the other team to help you out throughout the night.
Third down efficiency, that really hurt Collinsville. Actually, Triad wasn't that much better. They had a 25% rate, and Collinsville had 27, but Collinsville had 11 third downs, and they only converted on 3 of them, while Triad converted on 2 of 8. But the telltale was the fourth down conversion rates, as each team had 3 opportunities. Collinsville went 0 for 3 on theirs, and Triad hit all 3 of theirs.
Collinsville went for a big one there at the start of the third quarter to try to get a fourth down deep in their own territory. Come out of the half, you had the ball to start the second half. They wanted to keep the ball there and try to keep the drive going, and it ended up turning on for points for Triad and really just put the game away.
Turnovers really hurt Collinsville as well. They committed 3 of them, 1 fumble lost, and a couple of interceptions thrown, and you add in 7 penalties for 59 yards, and all those numbers put together just did not spell very much in the way of a victory for Collinsville.
Oh, that's how it went for that night. All the numbers were ugly across the board, and it turns out 31-point loss.
Bright spot, I guess you could say, was the freshman quarterback Colby Anderson, pressed into duty because of the injury to Chris Chai. He went 8 of 16, had 108 yards through the air, did have a touchdown, the only touchdown of the game, but late in the game, those couple of interceptions were costly.
You're asking a lot of a freshman quarterback there. Completed a 16 pass to 101 yards. You'll take the positives you can get out of that.
Sure will, and Jaden Neighbors, not much of a factor in that game as well. Matter of fact, the running game just was kind of obsolete in that game, and once you can't get the run established, they're going to look for the pass, and they did, and picked off a couple.
Yeah, Collinsville was trying to establish it with Neighbors and Williams. They couldn't get through that defensive line to try it.
Yeah, that was a tough loss. So we turn the page, and we head into this week versus Alton. Of course, Collinsville coached by Mike Popovich, 0-2 on the year, and now 3-8 in his 1+ years of tenure for Alton. Eric Dickerson, no, not that Eric Dickerson. He is in his sixth year. What? Yeah, right. He is in his sixth year, and he is 1-1 this year and 18-33 in his entering his sixth year, and he's at a couple of qualifiers. 2017, they went 6-5 and qualified for the playoffs, and last year they went 5-5 and qualified for the playoffs. So 2 out of the last 3 years, he's gotten his team into the playoffs. Collinsville, of course, trying to accomplish that feat. They have not had a playoff team since 2010, and of course, if they want to do it this year, they're going to have to put a string of wins together.
Yeah, and I think those wins could happen. It's a different road throughout this season here. We're going to see some different opponents. This Alton will be the only Southwestern Conference team we'll see this year. So even after losing the first 2, some wins are out there on the schedule.
Yeah, we have unknowns coming up here in the next couple of weeks with Taylorville, and then a long road trip to Lincoln, and then we have a home game against Granite City, another familiar foe before we go to Mattoon, and then the last 2 games at home against Peoria, Notre Dame, and Centralia. So lots of unknowns there except for the Granite City game.
Yeah, that's the only team that Collinsville's really ever played with any frequency, if at all. Taylorville, Lincoln, Mattoon out of the Apollo Conference. 2 of those are going to be long road trips, and at least you wrap it up there with 2 home games. So if you're looking for some wins there at the end of the year to get into those playoffs, nice to finish it up at home.
Yeah, Peoria, Notre Dame, second to the last week, and then on the 25th, Centralia, which I'm sure at some point Collinsville has played Centralia since they are relatively close, but we would have to go back and look that up, and when we get to that point, we will go back and look that up. Fans are starting to file in. Kahawks are arriving late, just like the team did, so sit back and relax. We still got about 14 minutes left to go until kickoff. We're going to take our first break here on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at the little history between these 2 teams. Collinsville versus Alton coming up next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahawks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. College Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, College Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. College Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collegejennings.com.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
College Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. College Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. College Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, College Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. College Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collegejennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at West Alton Elementary School. Public Stadium is where we are, built back in 1953. And, of course, we are celebrating the 100th year of Collinsville Kahok football. I'm Todd Duke, Chris Kettler alongside Zach Roseman as well. Want to get you aware of something. Chris, or Zach over here on the camera, go ahead and pan out over there to the left. We're a little bit blocked off in the corner of that end zone over there because of that beam right there on your left-hand side. So we will be cut off on that corner, and the other side we're okay on. And we're going to have to crane our necks out of this window here to see the scoreboard to let you know what's going on with time and stuff like that. So bear with us here as we get going along. We mentioned this is the 100th year of Kahok football. Well, Alton has been playing football a little longer than that. This is their 116th season of playing Alton football. They started back in 1904. They have a record of 510 wins, 489 losses, and 35 ties. No state titles in all of those years. 11 times they have qualified for the playoffs. The first time they did that was in 1988 when they went 6-4 under Collis James, and he took them to the playoffs 3 times in his 10 years. They went 6 straight years from 2001 all the way to 2006 under Joe Hook, but still no berth in the state championship. As a matter of fact, the 11 times that they have been in the playoffs, they have only won twice, so they've only advanced to the second round 2 times, once in 1992 and once with their current head coach Eric Dickerson back in 2017. Collinsville, not so fortunate. Their 100th year, they have qualified for the playoffs 3 times, 1996, 1998, and in 2010, and have not advanced out of the first round at all. So we're looking to break the shell on that thing at some point during these next few years or so. Hopefully that'll happen this year, Chris Kettler. It's been too long, and We unfortunately started KahokSports.com in 2011, so we missed that playoff berth by 1 year. So as long as we've been doing this, we have not made the playoffs.
Right. 2010 was the last time. Got in at 5-4. Had to go to Danville, number 1 team in the state. The game didn't go so well, like you said, we're 0-3 in the playoff games, but you got to get there first.
Yep.
Maybe
Sure
we'll win
do.
one eventually.
We'll win one eventually. We've only had one home game in the playoffs as
Right.
well, and that was a loss against East St. Louis.
Right. That was 98. We were fortunate enough to beat East St. Louis in the regular season for the first time in 25 years or something that year, and then, hey, make them play them again in the playoffs, and couldn't pull it off twice in 1 year.
Last year, this game was held at Collinsville. Collinsville lost 35-6. It was 14-0 at halftime. Collinsville got their 6 points in the third quarter on a 35-yard run for Chris Chai, and then they missed the extra point. Alton had 3 fumble recoveries in that game, 1 interception, and 3 quarterback sacks. So another not-so-good game for the Kahawks in that one.
Yeah, that it was 2 different games, really, because we played Friday night in driving rain, and then the Lightning stopped it. It was only 7-0, and then we came back, and it was a calm, quieter morning, and first play went up over the punter's head, and Alton was up 14-0. Collinsville drove down with the 2 minutes they had before the half, and it got stopped at like the 1 yard line just with no time left. But Collinsville Alton had been really negated there in their passing game in the driving rainstorm, and then it was all different on Saturday morning.
Yeah, and I believe later that afternoon I had a soccer game, right? Didn't I have that weird doubleheader that day because of that? I believe so.
I don't know.
Yeah. Collinsville only had 174 total yards of offense in that game, so a little bit better than the 150 yards they had against Triad last week. So let's just hope that things go a little bit better, and I don't know if arriving late is going to kind of put a kink in anything or not, but we're going to find out here real soon. All right, so over the last 20 years, Collinsville is 8-12, pretty respectable against Alton. Of course, they lost last year, and they lost in 2017, but before that, Collinsville won 2 years in a row in 2015 and 2016. Alton's had a couple of those streaks as well. They won the last 2, obviously, and then from 09 to 011, Collinsville won 3. Then from 01 to 06, coincidentally, that is the same time that Alton clinched all those playoff spots. Alton won 6 straight years to coincide with those 6 straight playoff berths against Collinsville. And the last time before 2015, Collinsville beating Alton, that was the playoff year of 2010 when Collinsville won 37-20. There's been some lopsidedness going on in some of these games as well. Some very close games as well. 2012 was 14-6. 2009 we won by a score of 12-2, so the only thing we gave up was a safety.
Yeah.
And then you had some blowouts like in 04 when it was 48-0, and the year before that 03 when it was 47-7. So it's either hit or miss, or it's either a blowout by one team or the other, or a really tight game.
Yeah, it seems like some of the ones that Alton won were some real big blowouts, 48-0, 47-7 when they're hitting the playoff years, and then that 70-19 one really sticks out as an ugly one. They're closer to when Collinsville wins.
Yeah, the 2016 game, that was the last time Collinsville beat Alton. That I remember as well. That was right here on this field, and that was a back-and-forth game. Collinsville scored a touchdown in each of the first, second, and third quarters. Alton actually had the lead at halftime in that game, 23-14. Collinsville then blanked Alton on offense in the third quarter. They scored nothing. Collinsville then came out. Alton had the lead 23-21 going into the fourth quarter. Trevor Sanders had a 9-yard touchdown. All of a sudden, Collinsville went out front 27-23. Then Alton scored a touchdown to regain the lead 29-27. And then Jerron Williams with a 7-yard touchdown run late in the fourth quarter to secure the win. That was a back and forth. That was a fun game, even though it was sloppy out here.
But yeah, it was raining that day, right?
Yes.
They've had some other games here where it's been raining real sloppy here. It's only a grass surface here. No turf yet here in Alton. They haven't been able to get that yet, but I believe they're trying.
They are. All right, we're going to take another break here on the Culp Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk about some game time stats, and we'll give you the starting roster for your Collinsville Kahawks. We'll do that next on the Culp Jennings Flores pregame show here on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. College Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, College Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. College Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collegejennings.com.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Don't forget that Italian Fest is next weekend, folks, and be sure to check out the Junior Service Club's Toasted Ravioli booth and basket raffle all next weekend at the Italian Fest. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their third year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
College Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. College Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. College Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, College Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. College Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collegejennings.com.
Well, once again, welcome back to West Alton Elementary School. We are just about ready for kickoff. Collinsville won the coin toss and deferred, so they will be kicking off to Alton to start off with here. And here are your starters for Collinsville before we get to that kickoff. On the defensive side of things, your cornerbacks are Chris Jones and Antoine Catchings. Your safeties are Stephen Green and Kyle Kershaw. Your outside linebackers will be Jake Holton and Nick Becker. Becker had a great game last week. Gabe Miller and Aaron Rodriguez are your linebackers on the inside. Defensive ends are Dante Williams and Chris Garcia Cloud, and your defensive tackle is Caden Solon. We'll fill you in on the offense when Collinsville gets the ball. We are underway. Short kickoff, and it is taken and around the 20-yard line and brought all the way back out to the 38-yard line by Javion Morgan, the junior wide receiver. He's listed on the chart, also plays defensive back, so Alton will start off with the ball. 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Andrew Jones will be the quarterback on the year. He is 26 of 62 for 432 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has thrown 4 interceptions in the first 2 games of the year, so we will keep an eye on that, as it looks like almost like a quarterback sneak. They kind of ran a triad play there, didn't they, Chris?
They were all bunched up there in the box, and everybody just moved forward and said, see if you can stop us. Got about 4 yards.
Of course, we know Collinsville has lost back-to-back games at Cahokia and Triad. Alton, they lost at Moline 36-14 to start off the season, and then they rebounded with a win last week here on this field, a 22-12 victory over Quincy. So 2nd down and about 7 to go for 1st down here for Alton. They have 2 wide receivers lined up on the far side, 1 on the near side. In shotgun is Andrew Jones, and he has 1 lone running back. And now Jones is confused and has to go over, and they're going to have to call a timeout already. Wow. Timeout already for Alton.
Yeah, Jones didn't know something there. He's talking with the coach. Missed something in the signals. Got to take a timeout real early.
I don't know why he does that.
We were winning that earlier. Well, I guess put 2 back down.
Dasani Stewart seems to be in the backfield with Jones right now. Stewart has 4 carries on the year so far for -3 yards. See, on my screen, on the big screen, it's showing that they have 1 timeout left, but on this screen, it's showing they have 2 timeouts left. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe there's a light burnt out. That's funny.
Let's just take it back to 3. I'll go to 2.
Yeah, could be. We'll find out. All right, plus the timeout, and then minus the timeout. And we'll see what that looks like. Nope, still stays at 1. Oh, well, no big deal. All right, in shotgun, Andrew Jones, and Stewart is now over his right shoulder, and Stewart is going to get the handoff, and he goes right up the middle. And I tell you what, that was a nice shoestring tackle there by Gabe Miller, because he saved probably an extra 5 to 10 yards on that run.
Yeah, it was going to be a minute there before the safeties could climb back in. Gabe Miller just had to reach behind him and pull him down, but it's first down.
Wide receiver lines up on the far side. That's Amir Gage for Alton. 2 line up on the near side. That did net Alton a first down, so 1st and 10. As they are near midfield, a botched snap, and Jones is going to take off, and he gets through a couple of tacklers, and then there's a face mask that is going to get called against Collinsville as well. And I thought for a moment that Jake Holton was going to catch up with Jones, but Jones put on a move and just deked him out of it. And now Gabe Miller appeared to be injured as well. He gets up and has his helmet in his hand, and they're calling out the medical staff.
They call him out for him, but he gets up and gets his helmet off on his own.
I don't know what happened there, but Collinsville is going to be guilty of a face mask penalty.
Yeah. Almost a busted play for all, and then they get 8 yards, and now they're going to get more on the infraction.
So we're just underway, and things aren't going that well for your Kahawks right off the bat. 10:33 left to go. We've only been at this for 27 seconds. Personal foul face mask, not just an incidental face mask. So that's going to be a big chunk of yardage, and it's going to be a new set of downs once again for Alton.
Yeah, that'll move it up to about the 30.
Yep.
So Alton already getting near the red zone 3 plays in.
This is the first time we've been in this press box. We are usually over on the other side of the field underneath of a canopy.
Yeah, thanks
And,
Chris Kuznarek for...
Chris Kuznarek, the former Collinsville basketball coach and former athletic director, is now the athletic director here. And he said, no, you guys can use the press box. We got plenty of room. I'm like, your predecessor never told us that.
There he goes.
Yeah, there he goes right there, right in front of us. Yeah, but I like Jeff Alderman, too. He's a good guy. I don't know why they always had to set up over there, especially that one year when it rained and all that water got trapped up in the canopy, and then this big wind picked up the water and splashed it all over the equipment. All right, we're back, ready to go. Another new set of downs for Alton as they are deep in Collinsville territory now at the Kahok 28-yard line. In shotgun is Jones, and once again he'll hand it off to Stewart, and Stewart tries a little off-tackle left side, and he is successful all the way up to about the 21-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2 now for Alton.
So that time, quarterback and Stewart are on the same page in the handoff. Good penetration there off O-line for Alton to get him up to the 21.
Well, the Redbirds are on the move on their first possession. 2nd down and a long 2 to go. Well, once again, it'll be Jones and Stewart in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Here comes the first throw of the game. This one goes out to the flats, and that is Javion Morgan. And Morgan barrels his way all the way to the 10-yard line, and another fresh set of downs. They're going to mark it down at about the 12, but it'll be 1st down and 10. Alton can get another 1st down at the 2-yard line.
Only one Kahok out there covering on the flat. He couldn't contain him and busted out here to the 12-yard line for another 1st down.
Tried to tell all the coaches not to throw it into that left-hand corner over there, and we can't see it. We're blocked out by not only this beam, but speakers over here attached to the building.
And some wires, too.
And some wires hanging down. Here's a snap, and this time we're going to try it out to the other flat. And again, it is a completed pass, and out of bounds is Xavion Morgan. Morgan came into this game having caught 9 for 146 yards and a touchdown. He's averaging 16 yards a catch, and he's living up to that billing right now.
Lost my view on that play just a bit. Looked similar to the one before, and
just opposite sides.
Opposite sides. One of the officials took a tumble out in the middle there, too, but he seems all right.
They set the ball down at the 3-yard line, so it'll be 1st down and 1 for a, 2nd down and 1 for a 1st down for Alton. But you know they're thinking end zone right now. Now Stewart is on the left-hand shoulder of Jones. Here's the snap, bad snap. Jones gets it on a bounce. Boy, that was a lucky bounce. Now he rolls, looking to throw, but he's not going to have anywhere to throw it to, and he gets taken out of bounds, and now there's going to be another flag down, and we might have a late hit.
Maybe intentional grounding.
Yeah, it could be. He did throw that ball, didn't he?
He did throw it.
Kind of flipped it.
He flipped it and threw it. He wasn't throwing it at anybody. It's going to be intentional grounding, and it's 13 yards back behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep, it is. They just told Popovich, and he walked away clapping, so it is going to be intentional grounding. They'll lose the down as well.
10 yards and lost it down. They're going to push them all the way back to about the 25, and it'll be third down.
Yes, it will be.
Disastrous play for Alton.
Yeah.
They had 2nd and 1.
2nd down and 1 and 3 yards away from the end zone, and a bad snap right over the head of Andrew Jones. And, boy, I tell you what, he got lucky. It bounced right up to him, or else that could have been a major disaster for Alton. It already is a disaster. That could have been a major disaster. 3rd and forever here for Alton. About 20 yards they need for a first down. Stewart to the left of Jones once again. Jones back to pass, looks to his left, throws to his left, and that one is going to be intercepted, I believe, in the corner of the end zone, and it is. Interception by the Collinsville Kahawks, and Chris Jones comes up with the first INT of the game.
Like there were 3 Kahawks in that corner, the best I could see of it, and he said Jones came up with it. Jones on Alton going the opposite way of the play, the side of the field they were on, and that's a tough throw. He throws it an interception.
Wow, that turned into disaster for if you're an Alton Redbird fan. They were moving the ball down the field with ease. Here's Chris Chai back after an injury. He throws, and Holton couldn't handle it. Tried to catch it with one hand. Here are your starters for Collinsville on offense. Chris Chai is the quarterback. Running backs will be Jaden Neighbors and Kyler Williams. Your 3 wide receivers, Jake Holton, Travion Swaggart, and Donald Brooks. And your line consists of Martin Ochoa on the left side, Cody Smith on the right side. Cole Hellman is the left guard, Matt Acton the right guard, and Gage Trevere is the center. And nothing doing on that running play for Collinsville. Matter of fact, they will lose about 1.5 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 12.
Seemed like a lot of Kahawks had a tough time getting set there. They had nowhere to run.
All right. Collinsville already facing a 3rd and long situation. Got to stay out of those if you want to have some success. Chai throws it into the flat and immediately hit. For a loss was Kyler Williams.
The 2 pass plays Collinsville tries is back behind the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get the ball in a playmaker's hands in several different ways, and Alton snuffs it out.
Chris Chai came into this game having completed 5 of 10 passes, and just that little bit more than a quarter and a half of work against Cahokia. He completed those passes for 98 yards and no touchdowns up to that point. So it's punting time for Collinsville, and Alton has a man back toward midfield, and now we have a flag on the play, and Collinsville is going to get called for an offside.
Guy lining up on the near side here, lined up offside, and they call on him.
Javion Morgan, who caught a couple of those passes in that early drive for Alton, is the punt returner as well.
Now they'll be punting from
almost the goal line, yeah. Will Martin.
Martin will stand right on the goal line.
You know, they're not going to give the punting duties to Chris Chai coming off of a lower body injury. I did quotation marks, but all right. Here is the punt. It's a low one, not very far, but it's going to take a Collinsville bounce. Then it kind of bounces straight sideways, and Collinsville will down it right there. And Alton will have excellent starting field position, and we'll see if they can overcome that first possession disaster. So Collinsville 3 and out on their first possession after a turnover. Couldn't do anything with it, and Alton will get their second crack on offense here. 7:28 left to play here in this first quarter. Andrew Jones in shotgun once again, and he has Stewart to his left. Stewart gets the ball, and this time it's sniffed out quite nicely. I know Jake Holton was in there as well.
Holton, Dante Williams.
Dante Williams. but a gain of about 4 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Good job of Dante Williams working his way around the end there to get to that one. Wrong route around to get to it.
Javion Morgan will go line up in the slot on the right side of the formation. Once again, Stewart this time to the right of Jones, and Stewart will take it. He'll take it up the middle, and he'll get a lot of yardage, and he's going to be all the way to the end zone. Touchdown in favor of Alton on a 36-yard run.
Bust through the defensive line there, then no Kahok could really get a hand on him. He was gone straight up the middle. Alton does it from long distance this time after driving down to the 3 and getting pushed back last time and then turning the ball over.
So Dasani Stewart gets his team on the board first as the kicker comes out. That is Andrew Jones, I think. No, he's the holder. Never mind.
89.
89. That is Jake Lombardi. And the ball is on the way, and it is good. So after a disastrous first possession, Alton strikes pay dirt on the next possession. We'll take a break, come back for the ensuing kickoff to Collinsville. We'll do that next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Well, welcome back to West Alton Elementary School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Zach Roseman along with you. Glad you joined us here on a Friday night for week number 3 of the high school football season. And if Collinsville wants to turn this into a playoff year, they're going to have to turn it up a notch. Back deep, Trevion Stewart for Collinsville, ready to take this kickoff from Lombardi. Wonder if he has any relation. Think? No, probably not.
Oh,
To Vince
Lombardi.
Maybe. He was pretty good. They named a trophy after him. Lombardi. He's averaging 49 yards per kickoff. This one's high. It's deep. It's going to send Swaggart all the way back to the 1. He takes it, did not step on the goal line, and he comes out to the 11 and probably wishes he would have went back into the end zone. So Collinsville will start their second possession. 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
Schweigert could have just let it go in the end zone there. He wanted to get some kind of return. Doesn't get very far.
So Chris Chai and company will come back out. And we'll see if we can get some traction going here on offense. Alton already leading 7-0. Got a little bit of a late start. Bus got delayed. They got here about 15 minutes before regular kickoff, so that wasn't enough time for him to get dressed and get warmed up. Chai in shotgun has split backs behind him. Jaden Neighbors and Kyler Williams. Neighbors last year, 18 carries he had against Alton for 67 yards, and he gets the carry again. Or excuse me, that was Kyler Williams who got the carry.
D-line of Alton, stuffs him, doesn't let him go anywhere.
Looks like
knocks
they
him back a yard or two.
Yeah, knocked him back about a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Offensive line's got to get them blocks and give them some running room.
Jake Holton lines up as the lone wide receiver on this side. Far side has 3 with a tight end, and a man goes into motion, empty backfield. Chai loses it, and
Safety.
He's going to get into the end zone for a safety.
No, Alton, it is a safety. Okay, I thought it was a safety at first. I thought the referee threw out both hands in the air, but he just clutched them for the safety signal, and it's 9-0 Alton.
Very auspicious start here for your Kahawks.
Not bad starting position. And then now a bad snap results in a safety. One mistake you can't have back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Now the Kahoks will have to kick off from the 20 and Alton make it good field position for their third possession.
33 seconds after Alton scores a touchdown, they get another 2 points. Gift wrapped by the Collinsville Kahawks. So now a freestyle kick.
See if they take this. You could kick it from the tee or punt it.
Looks like they are going to punt it. Nope, there goes the tee. So they will put the ball on the tee at the 20-yard line.
Going to treat this like a kickoff.
And the running backs are standing at their own 40. Javion Morgan, one of those, and the other one is Dasani Stewart, who is having a pretty good first quarter. Now they'll back up just a little bit. And a high whistle on the play, and Collinsville was offside.
Yeah, 23 is just out ahead of the play a bit. They'll get him offside in the kickoff. Now you got to kick from the 15.
It's turning into an avalanche of bad things here already. And we're early. Stop the bleeding, someone says. So now the ball will be placed on the 15-yard line. And Stewart and Morgan will almost be at midfield. They stand right now on their own 45.
We already thought it was going to be a good starting position for Alton. It may have just gotten better.
Will Martin.
As far as they're concerned.
Is that Will Martin kicking it off? I think it's Andrew Chai, actually. Yes, it is. Andrew Chai out there to kick this off.
They switched.
All right, let's try it again. This one's high and still shallow and takes a bounce, and picking it up off the ground was Morgan, and he got about 5 yards, and then he was taken down, but he was taken down in Collinsville territory. So once again, Alton will have excellent starting field position at the Kahok 41-yard line.
Alton, it only took him 2 plays to get in the end zone from pretty much this same spot.
Yep.
Get the tee off the field. Oh, it's off.
And then Collinsville's next play went nowhere, and then the following one turned into a safety. So here's Andrew Jones in shotgun once again. 3 wide receivers on the far side, but he hands this one off once again to Stewart, and this time a host of Kahawks were there to make sure he got no farther, and once again, Holton and Williams in there on the tackle.
Same guys crashing in from each corner there, and similar to the first down play last time for Alton.
Gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Redbirds. Jamarcus Gary lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Over here on the near side, you have Javion Morgan once again. And Dasani Stewart this time moves over to the left-hand side, and this time will take it up the middle, and he finds more room and is very, very close to a first down, is the man named after bottled water.
Took their time to let that one develop. He followed his blocks and cut down the middle. It might be just short of the first down.
Just a little bit. 3rd and about a yard to go. Where the middle is opening up. Alton's front line doing a good job opening up that middle for Stewart. I formation now for the Redbirds, and it is going to be handed off to the up guy, and the up guy is going to get himself first down yardage and a little bit more, and that 62. Ball was carried by Gage Depew.
He's lining up as almost like 2 fullbacks.
And another first down for Alton.
Yeah, he normally lines up on the offensive line here. Put him in the backfield that time. Said pick up this 1 yard, and he got 6.
Alero Watson and Javion Morgan line up as wide receivers on the far side. Snap goes through the legs of Jones, and he picks it up, looking for somebody to throw it to. He's going to run out of room. Now he's going to throw it out of bounds again. Shouldn't that be a flag? That was not even close to the line of scrimmage. He needs to learn how to just run out of bounds with that ball. I can't believe there's not a flag on that play. They're going to talk about it. There should be, right?
Going back to the snap, it wasn't a bad snap. It
went through his legs.
He didn't have his hands down. He wasn't ready for it. It should be intentional grounding.
Yep, it is. Didn't see a flag fly, but the referees got together and talked about it. Yeah, he's got to learn how to hold on to that ball. He was, 2 steps away from running right into his bench?
I think he's seen one too many NFL games thinking he's outside the box and he can just chuck it to the line of scrimmage. And
the ball has to land past the line of scrimmage for it not to be intentional grounding. So now you're going to have second down and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, about 28 yards for a first down. So Collinsville could help themselves out here with a couple of big stops. Second down and long. Jones awaits the snap, hands the ball off to Stewart. Nope, Jones is going to keep it. He rolls out to his right-hand side, looks, and backs up. Now throws, and that's intercepted. Gabe Miller intercepts it right in front of his own bench at the 40-yard line.
Tough one for Jones to settle for there. With one-on-one coverage there, Gabe Miller's just able to pick it off, and the Kahoks did get up the 2 points on the safety, but they'll
have much better starting position now.
Better position now. Try to get this offense going.
So an interception by Miller and an interception by Chris Jones. And Collinsville needs to turn this into some points. Chris Chai out there in shotgun. He has one lone setback, and that man is about 4 yards behind Chai. And there's the pitch back. It's going to go back, and slipping and falling in the process is the new number 1, and that is Amir Doris for Collinsville. Jamarian Stewart's number. We're not sure what's going on with Stewart. Like I said, we did not have a chance to talk to Coach Popovich before the game, so we'll have to find out a little bit later. Second down and about 14 to go. Collinsville's going backwards here. Now handoff to Kyler Williams, and that one gets some of it back, but it's going to be third and long once again for Collinsville.
Yeah, all the yards he gained was in the second effort. He just about got stuffed at first, but then did kick it out and fall forward enough for about 3 yards.
This time it'll be Jaden Neighbors as the lone setback here for Collinsville. Chris Chai in shotgun. Barks out a signal. No one moved for Alton, so we'll do it again. And Chai back to pass, looks to his left, throws to his left, and throws out of bounds. Fourth down.
One coverage there on the far sideline, just throwing it up there. Couldn't find the man.
So fourth down for Collinsville, and we'll see how they want to play it. Missed on all their fourth down opportunities last week, and now they are going to bring out the punter, Will Martin. Javion Morgan stands back at his own 35. Here's the snap. It's partially blocked and takes a Collinsville bounce. At least it's into Alton territory at the 45-yard line, but they're going to actually mark it up right at midfield. Or are they?
About the 44-yard line.
Okay, because I saw the one guy standing on the 50. I didn't know if that's where it actually went out of bounds, and I know that's where it bounced out of bounds back at the 45, and that's where they'll mark it.
How much time we got?
So Alton will have the ball first and 10 in their own territory. 2:41 left to play here in this first quarter. Looks like some confusion going on there with Alton.
Yeah, that's been the bad thing they've had going. Lots of confusion on their offense. Quarterback doesn't know when to throw the ball away or not to. And he's been a few times when he wasn't ready for the snap.
Andrew Jones hands the ball off to Stewart. Nope, Andrew Jones keeps it. And a nice open field tackle there by Jake Holton kept that thing from being any farther than it was. It was a 4-yard gain. Could have been a lot worse. Second down and 6 coming up.
We'll take that. Holton stays at home enough to bring him down. Quarterback pulled the ball back the last second to decide to do that himself.
Last year in the 35-6 loss at Collinsville, Jones went 11 for 19 with 149 yards passing with 1 touchdown through the air. He had a rushing touchdown as well. Jones in shotgun, hands the ball off to Stewart this time. Stewart gets around one tackler and could not get past Jake Holton. Another modest gain, but their modest gains are adding up, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 2.
Gabe Miller slowed him down enough for Jake Holton to come crashing in, finish him off, but it'll be 3rd and 2.
Tim Johnson on the year. 13 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown. I have not seen him out there at all, number 5 for Alton. So he may be injured, and that will leave everything up to Dasani Stewart, who came into this game with negative yardage after 4 carries. Here's a snap, and Stewart gets the handoff, and he gets a shoestring tackle by Gabe Miller. Also in there to help was Caden Sonlin, and Stewart fell forward just enough to get the 1st down.
They almost had him wrapped up in the backfield there, falls forward. It's the 1st down here in the waning seconds of the 1st quarter, I assume.
1 minute, 15 seconds, sir. So you were close. It was 75 seconds. Alton on the move again. They have the ball in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 45. Fresh new set of downs. Stewart moves from the left to the right of Jones. 3 wide receivers on the far side. That's where it goes. And it's completed to Javion Morgan in the flat. And Morgan gets about 5 yards on the play before he's brought down at the 40. They're going to mark it down at the 39. So it'll be 2nd down and 4 to go here for the Redbirds. They're leading 9-0 on a touchdown and a safety, as we are down to 35 seconds left to play here in this 1st quarter.
Could be the last play of the 1st quarter. Vault keeps the clock running on this play.
Jones in shotgun once again. This time Stewart moves out to his left. 3 wide receivers on this side of the field. The handoff goes to Stewart, and Stewart is going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. And I'll bring up 3rd down and about 1. When we come back, it'll be the start of the 2nd quarter as the end of the 1st quarter is upon us. And we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Zach Roseman back with you. 2nd quarter just about ready to get started here as Alton is faced with a 3rd down and 1, and they will get that 3rd down and 1 with a strong push across the line, and whoever has the ball is still going.
It's an offensive lineman again, lining up in the I formation. Give him the ball, and he just plows his way through.
Bobby Smith.
2nd time they've lined him up like that.
Yeah, he's
a short yardage situation.
He's a linebacker, senior, 5'8", 245 pounds. That's a load to bring down, and it's going to be 1st down. They got the sticks backwards.
Chains are all mixed up here.
Yeah, they are.
Going the wrong way.
Yeah. Now they'll get the chains figured out, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for Alton from Collinsville's 26-yard line. Alton's on the move again. Collinsville has already performed 2 interceptions, but have not turned them into anything. Jones in shotgun. Now he has Tim Johnson out there, and Johnson's going to get the handoff, and Johnson's going to barrel his way through the line of scrimmage and then get taken down at about the 15-yard line, finally by Nick Becker, who I thought had an outstanding game last week. I'm going to take a guess here that Johnson didn't play the first quarter because of disciplinary reasons. That's usually the way it goes when you see a kid not even touch the ball once in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was over there far into the sideline. Didn't seem like he was going in at all, but he comes in here to start the second quarter. You never know with something like that. Held him out for one quarter, and now they're ready to go to him.
Johnson, 29 carries against Collinsville last year for 232 yards. He tries the right side, and he's in for the touchdown.
Gets one block there and then cuts in and finds the end zone real easy.
15-yard touchdown run by Tim Johnson.
2 plays and does plenty of damage there after being held out in the first quarter.
And Alton off and running with a 15-0 lead, looking to tack on here. Lombardi out to try the extra point. Yeah, now he's going to pick it up and come back. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
Right, 15-0. Maybe they like the idea of
being up by 1 and 2 touchdowns can't beat you.
A 3-score lead at 17-0.
Collinsville would have to score 2 back-to-back conversions to make it just 17-16. So actually not a bad piece of thinking here. So Jones comes back out. He looks like he doesn't know what's going on still. Play clock's got to be running down. They don't have one of those on the field here, so we don't know. Now Jones gets back up and still has Tim Johnson as his lone setback. And now Alton will take a second timeout. Wonder if it's going to disappear when I take this one away. Whoop.
So you might as well just leave it.
We'll see. Yep, it did. Not sure if everybody at home seeing that or not, but we'll put that one back on there then.
We'll check.
Yeah. Only on my end, probably. One of those weird. Every time we come to Alton, especially the volleyball, remember the scoreboard just does not work in the gymnasium at all.
Oh, yeah, the basketball game, too. It didn't work in either of them, right?
Nope, basketball or volleyball.
That just shows one.
All right. Well, that's what it's showing on mine, too. Okay. Just underway in the second quarter. And a 15-yard touchdown run by Tim Johnson has put Alton up 15-0, and they're trying to tack on a 2-point conversion. Johnson is the lone setback. Jones in shotgun. 2 wide receivers on the near side. One man goes into motion. Here's the snap. Rolling out that way is Jones. He looks, he throws, and he has a man, and that's good for 2 points. A 2-point conversion catch by Gage Depew has given Alton their 17-0 lead. We will take a break and come back. Collinsville will get the ball back next, needing a lot of work here on the old Friday night football from Alton. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Zach Roseman back with you. Ensuing kickoff coming. Trevion Swaggart is back deep for Collinsville. He's the one in the middle. Over here on the near side is Juwan Ford, and this one is going to go, that is not Stewart in the middle, but it's going to go in the end zone anyway, so it's not going to matter. Stewart was over on the far side of the field. That was Stephen Green in the middle. Green had a modest success last year as a kickoff returner.
Yeah, he had some big kickoff returns I remember last year. Don't think he got any touchdowns.
He's got a couple. Well, he's got 1 punt return this year for 10 yards. Swaggart has 6 kickoff returns this year for 81 yards. He's averaging 13 yards a kickoff. When you catch the ball at the 1, 13's not good enough. And last week, he hardly got to return at all. That kid for Triad had a leg. Here's a sideline pass to Swaggart. His knee falls down, so he will actually lose a yard.
More passes here behind the line. Kahoks haven't taken a shot down the field yet,
They tried one, but it went out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, on the
So
third down play.
2nd down and 11 here for Collinsville. Chris Chai comes back out from the sideline. He has 3 wide receivers on the far side. 2 of them are tucked in the slot. Empty backfield on 2nd down and long. Here's Chai back to pass. He looks right. He throws right, and he throws well short of his intended target, Jaden Neighbors. Well, he missed a week.
Defense there by Triad and not letting Kahoks get up the field there, and no one was home on the pass.
So far, all of
Same
Chai's
look here.
passes have been a little off. Same exact look here. Now Chai back to pass. He throws it right into the middle, and Collinsville maybe get a little bit of that back. I believe that was Jake Holton who caught that ball, and Holton made it up to the 24-yard line, but it's going to be about 6 yards short of a first down.
Got to tuck that in back behind your offensive line, try to get some blocks up the field.
And here comes
Go
our
for it.
first 4th down try. This is 4th and 6. Same formation. Kahawks are going for it. Trying to draw them off side, and maybe if that didn't work, now we're going to call a timeout.
I'm thinking offside
Nope.
will quite get you a first down, be real close. It'll
No.
be a better situation.
Oh, there they go. That'll get you 5, though, and it'll be a 4th down and 1 instead of a 4th down and 6.
Well, that worked in one play last week, right? I got him a jump and got a first down.
Yeah.
But it'll be 4th and 1, much better situation.
Yes.
I'd say go for it here still.
4th down and 1 looks a lot better than 4th down and 6. Now, what are we going to do with it? Are we going to run it, or are we going to pass it?
Bring Neighbors and Williams in the backfield.
Chai trying that hard count again, maybe trying to get a free first down out of this. Collinsville looking for their first down. Here's the snap, and a nice run there by Jaden Neighbors. He's on the move. He's going toward the end zone. He's going to be in for a touchdown. A 31-yard touchdown run by Jaden Neighbors. Oh, no, not 31.
Way
sorry.
more than 31, yeah. 70 yards or so.
71. I looked at the 31-yard line. I'm like, all right.
Big play there, 3rd and 1, and you didn't need much, and
Well, I won't be able to use that as a highlight call because I just screwed that up, didn't I?
Kahoks got a sideline warning just for good measure there, but you can't blame him for being excited.
Kahawks are on the board and going for the extra point. See if they can get to within 10 here. And Andrew Chai will come on to try the extra point for Collinsville. Jake Holton will be the holder. Referee looks confused.
It's a different situation here, kicking on the grass. They used to
Yeah.
kicking on the turf. See how this extra point goes for Chai.
Here's the snap. Ball is down, and that ball was on its side. Jake Holton never got that ball top to bottom. It was on its side. So the extra point does not work. 17-6 is our score, and we will take a timeout, come back, and Alton will get the ball back next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
71-yard touchdown run by Jaden Neighbors has put Collinsville on the board. They missed the extra point, so they are trailing Alton by 11. but that will put a little momentum onto that far side sideline.
All that on 4th and 1. It was going to be 4th and 6, and Alton jumped off sides, gave the Kahoks the opportunity there for the shorter distance play, and Jaden Neighbors took it all the way to the end zone.
So that Jaden Neighbors run also counts as a first down, so that would be the second first down that Collinsville got. First one was a gimme by Alton. Now Andrew Chai is set to kick off again. Collinsville bunching up their line of scrimmage here on these kickoffs. Chai, one of these days, we'll get into one, but this one's going to roll, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And then a couple of players get tangled up right at the 45-yard line, but cooler heads prevail. Everybody gets up and walks to their respective benches, and everybody's fine. So the ball went out of bounds at the 35, but because it went out of bounds, it'll be placed at the 40, so Collinsville really only loses 5 yards on that. We're going to put it down at the 41.
Must have called it out at the 41 since it didn't get past the 40. And they'll get it at the 41.
Okay.
Just 1 yard.
All right. Andrew Jones back out there along with Tim Johnson. And I feel sorry for Dasani Stewart. He had a good first quarter. Now he's probably relegated to wide receiver duty. Here is another handoff to Johnson, and Johnson almost got wrapped up into the backfield, just missing. That open field tackle was Caden Schoenlin. He's already had one tackle in this game. And that's a 9-yard run, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 1 here for the Redbirds of Alton. So 2nd and 1 from the Collinsville 49-yard line. In shotgun Jones. Johnson stands to his right. 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Here's the snap. Johnson takes it up the middle, and he'll have just enough for a first down by about a half a yard.
A lot of moving pieces in the Alton offense there. Guys trying to get set in the right spots. All that for a 2-yard gain.
I don't know why all these numbers are still wrong on that thing, but they are confusing me. So is it everybody wear highlighter yellow night over there on the far side? And construction. Okay, I got you. Construction night for the Kahok faithful that have showed up, and it is Hawaiian night for the student body cheering section on the Alton side of the field.
All construction, you got to go to work, I guess.
Got to go to work. Time to go to work.
Time to go to work.
Yeah, the old greatest show on turf anthem. Here's another, there's Jones going back, and he's getting pressured by a couple of Kahawks. Rolls back out to his right. Now finds Johnson open, and Johnson took a nice open field hit there. Oh, come on. That was a good hit by Becker. They're going to get him to hitting him out of bounds. Is that what they're going to do?
Receivers dancing along the sideline. They're trying to stay in. Can't blame Becker for wanting to knock him out and not give him any more extra yardage.
It was right there next to the sideline, and Johnson caught the ball, turned upfield and ran, and that's when Becker knocked him down. I think they're talking. No, they're going to pick it up. Good. They picked up the flag. I'm glad to hear that. That was a football play, folks. That's how you play football. So, minimal gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 7 to go here for the Redbirds. Wide receiver, 1 over here on the near side. That is Cavante Samilton Dancer. But Jones is going to keep, and then I thought he was going to pitch it for a second, put on a stutter step. Now he's got Johnson as a blocker, and up that far sideline, Jones gets taken out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. They could have probably thrown a flag on that one, but they didn't.
Well, yeah, because he knocked him out of bounds and then still continued to drive him to the ground there. But good thing it didn't get called. But Jones looked like he was going to pitch it there, juked out everybody, and continued up the field with it himself.
And then he had Tim Johnson as a blocker, and Johnson cleared the path. First down for the Alton Redbirds at the Collinsville 20.
Kahok defense will take a timeout.
7:32 left to play. We'll keep it right here for this one. Boy, I thought we were going to get some momentum here after that touchdown, and maybe that would transfer, and sometimes it does, over to the defense. But Alton right now is just, they're finding all the holes.
Yeah, just like Triad did last week. They're exposing the weaknesses there and attacking them, and Alton also gives you a lot of different looks here. They've ran it out of the eye to get short yardage. They look like they were going to pitch it there, or they just give it to the back to pound it through. Or
yeah, because previously they did do that big, long pitch. So you have to guard for that, and then when you do, it opens up other possibilities. .32 left to play here in this first half. 17-6 in favor of Alton. Alton, off of a win last week against Quincy, trying to win 2 in a row. Collinsville trying to pick up their first victory of the year and use that as a stepping stone to hopefully more victories, as a bunch of unknown teams wait in the future. Johnson, the lone setback again, and Johnson will get the ball. He'll try it up the middle, and he'll get a couple of yards. Jake Holton looks like he emerges from the pile once again. That kid's everywhere.
having Gabe Miller crashing in to try to get to Johnson. Johnson kept his legs chugging and was first hit at the line and still made it into a 2-3 yard gain.
Yeah, got about 2.5 out of that, so we'll call it a 2nd down and 7. Jones and Johnson in the backfield all alone again. 3 wide receivers stacked up on the right side. That's the way that Johnson rolls out to. Or Johnson gets it from Jones, and this time not a lot of room there. Dante Williams is in on the tackle right at the 15-yard line, but it looks like Becker's hurt.
He took a tumble, maybe a helmet to the backside.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of holding around that hip area. So we have an injury timeout, so we'll step aside here for just a moment. Back in a minute here on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Nick Becker still being tended to on this near side sideline for Collinsville. And now he's up, got a little bit of a limp going on there and favoring that left leg. Got a text message from Mr. Blaylock. The Blaylock Team Player of the Week for last week was Gabe Miller, so he'll be recognized next week at the home game versus Taylorville, along with a Player of the Week from this week as well. So the Blaylock Team Player of the Week for last week, Gabe Miller had a pretty good game. Becker had a good game as well. Dante Williams had another good game also. Jake Holton, he always has a good game.
Jake Holton got called on to do a lot there. He could have been a candidate.
All right, 3rd down and about 5 to go here for Alton. Big 3rd down situation for Collinsville's defense. Here is the handoff to Johnson. Johnson's going to get that 5, and he's going to get a little bit more, and he is going to try to barrel his way into the end zone, and it looks like he might have done that. Last-minute push. No, they're going to have him down at the 1.
Finally stood him up at the 1. They ran that one out of the eye there before they've handed to the offensive lineman running as a fullback, and now it just gives Johnson 2 blockers ahead, and then they stand him up at the 5. He ends up at the 1. Alton would look to punch this one in.
Normally, this is the week when you would have opened up conference play.
Right, and we sort of did. We kind of kept that game on the schedule, but it's non-conference.
That means all the other Southwestern Conference teams are in non-conference action as well, as the handoff goes straight up the middle and in for another touchdown for Tim Johnson and the Alton Redbirds.
Stewart there in the first quarter. Now it's Johnson, and Alton keeps chugging along.
That they do. Stops the clock with 6:10 left to play, and an extra point coming from Lombardi, or an extra point try coming from Lombardi. Don't forget, we'll have the Cafe Agape halftime show for you at halftime. We'll gather up all the scores we can find from around the area, pass those along to you. Cardinals open up a big 3-game series tonight at Busch against the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers and the Cubs are both 4 games behind the Cardinals with just, 2 weeks left to go? A little bit over 2 weeks. Still have 7 games left with the Cubs coming up. This is the last time we'll see the Brewers in the regular season. Snap is down, ball is up and on the way, and it is good. So the extra point added on makes it 24-6 in favor of the Alton Redbirds, and we'll take a timeout, come back. Collinsville will get the ball back next on the Kahok Sports Network. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside. Back here at West Alton Elementary School, Public Stadium is what they call this place. They've been playing football here since 1953. That was 10 years before I was born, so that would make this place 65 years old. You do the math and you can figure out how old I am. Collinsville due to get the ball here. Lombardi ready to kick off. Stephen Green, he's the deepest one. He's back at the 5. Swaggart stands at the 10. And Lombardi sends that one right to Green at the 1-yard line. Green starts off by going to the right. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20. He gets through a couple of tacklers and then gets taken down at about the 23-yard line. So Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from their own 23. Kahawks have 2 timeouts left, and we have 6:03 left to play here in this first half.
Well, you got to answer.
Yep.
Alton.
What was that, a 5-yard run? 5-yard run?
For the touchdown?
Yeah.
It was just the one. They got the guy before got down to the
Oh,
one.
that's right. 1-yard run.
Just one.
Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to go to Jaden Neighbors once again, and Neighbors makes his way forward and then gets pushed backwards. We'll see where the forward progression stopped. And looks like they'll get it back to the 22, but there's a flag on the play as well.
Kahawks must not have lined up right.
Normally the referees will tell you that too. Back up, sir.
Back up or back up or back up towards line or away from the line. With Schweigert on this near side. Yep.
Well, they're going to put it on Alton.
So a guy coming off or not getting on in time for Alton.
Yeah. So Collinsville, after a loss of a yard on the play, will gain 4 on that penalty.
They'll take that penalty and should stay first down, right?
I would think so, yeah. The referee needs to tell the guy on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Flip the number over. And the pitch back goes back, and, oh, man, Chris Try was lucky there. He threw that one right into the middle of the field, and
Moulton?
There was not anyone there wearing purple and white, and Alero Watson had that ball land right at his feet for Alton.
They had Aaron Moulton out there on that one. I think they were trying to get him in there behind the defensive line, and the ball wasn't there in time, and Moulton will go back to the sideline.
They're trying to find ways to use him, and so far they have not really been successful. But
try to get him behind the defense there, throw that ball high up and stretch out the 6'8" guy.
Yeah, with that wingspan of his, he can get up there with the best of them. So we'll try it all over again, only now it'll be 2nd down and 5. Here's Chai, throws it into the flat once again, and this time the ball gets away from the intended receiver, and that looked like it was Don Brooks. And Brooks dropped it.
In and out of his hands, but it was still a forward pass.
Luckily, it was still a forward pass and not a backwards pass, because that would have been a live ball. So Collinsville now faced with 3rd down and 5. Chai comes back out. He has a little bit of a limp, doesn't he? Stands in shotgun and will hand the ball off. And that's going to be close to a first down. Nice run by Jaden Neighbors, and he will have enough for a first down.
There you go. Now we pick up a first down. It's not a touchdown.
Nice to see a run on a third down conversion work. Been a while since we've seen that. Fresh set of downs for Collinsville. Chai remains in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers on this side, 1 on the far side. Chai hands the ball off to Neighbors. He spins out of one tackle, gets out of another, and then loses the ball. Collinsville jumps on it. A nice job on the fumble recovery there by Kyler Williams to keep that drive alive.
A lot going on there. A flag got thrown to sort that out. Neighbors put a good juke and then a spin move out there to keep it going. And
sideline violation against Alton.
Okay, all the sidelines have been worn now, and next time we'll just get a penalty.
Yep, both sidelines have been warned. So next time, the warnings will turn into yellow flags. Second down and about 8 to go here for Collinsville. Ball sitting on their own 36-yard line. Kahoks trying to get a nice drive going here. Right now they trail 24-6 in the waning minutes of the second quarter.
Moulton out there?
He is in the slot. A handoff, though, is going to go right up the middle, and that's a nice run. Pickup of about 8 yards there for Collinsville and Kyler Williams.
I'm thinking that they're going to go towards Moulton's side. The big blocker there, they kind of keep him more towards the middle there to the left side, and good gain on first down.
Moulton's going to stay out there. How about sending him in motion and handing it off to him? What about that, Mo? Huh? No? Okay. In the slot, the big guy is once again. And the snap. And they're going to throw it out to Jake Holton and hope to use Moulton as a blocker, but Holton never did quite make it up to Aaron Moulton, but he did get some positive yardage, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 1.
Moulton might have lost the guy that was looking for the block and turned around. 2 guys riding on Holton, and Moulton wasn't blocking anybody.
Now Moulton's going to come on to this side and line up as a slot receiver on the left side of the formation. Collinsville just needs a yard. Wouldn't mind seeing them hand it off to Moulton and see if he can barrel his way through that line of scrimmage. 4th and 1. Here's the snap, and it's a bad one. Chai picks it up, falls down on it, and all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to give the ball back to the Alton Redbirds in excellent field position.
Kahoks were able to convert the 4th and 1 down before for a first down, or for a touchdown, but busted play there, goes nowhere, and never see what kind of play they were going to get off from 4th down there. Alton will take over.
We'll never know, will we? 24-6. 3:45 left to play here in this first half. And now it's going to be Andrew Jones and company coming back out. 2 wide receivers this side, 1 on the far side, and yes, that is Tim Johnson as the lone running back to Jones's left. Here's the snap. Jones is going to throw. He does in the flat. Once again to Morgan. Morgan takes off running. He had a big cushion to work with and gets it all the way down inside the Kahok 20 to about the 19-yard line.
And they got the one-on-one block there to lead it, and then everybody else from the other side takes a while for them to close in. Alton gets it all the way down to the 19.
So another first down for the Redbirds inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. This time Morgan lines up as a wide receiver over on the far side along with Xavier McNear. 2 more wide receivers line up on this side. That is Cavante Samilton on this near side, and of course Tim Johnson remains the lone setback. Got to feel bad for Dasani Stewart, man. He had a good first quarter, and then he's not been back in there. Well, I tell you what, Jones just rolled over the back of somebody, stayed on his feet, and takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line.
A big 74 led him for a block to get them feet moving at first. Then he spun out of the first tackle and then just kept the feet going like that earlier carry down to the 1.
And I would bet you everything I have that Tim Johnson's going to get the ball again.
Probably going to put that
number 76
down now.
Yeah.
62 and 33.
Number 76 came trotting onto the field. That's Clay Genesis, 5'11", 365 pounds. He's going to open up a hole, and that's going to be a touchdown again. Second 1-yard touchdown run in a row for Johnson. And Alton has piled on. It's now 30-6. A 1-yard run, a 1-yard one, a 14-yard run, and a 36-yard run. All of Alton's scores have come on the run.
And a safety.
And a safety. Here is Lombardi to try yet another extra point. Snap is down. Ball is on the way, and it is good once again. Lombardi is perfect on extra points. We will take another timeout, and when we come back, Collinsville will get the ball back, and that will happen here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Zach Roseman back with you from Public Stadium here in Alton, West Alton Elementary School. Lombardi ready to kick it off. This time Swaggart is back in the middle of the field deep. And he is going to take that at, nope. Well, he's going to have to pick it up now. He's in the end zone. The ball ended up just across the goal line, and Swaggart reached into the end zone to pick it up, and that is a touchback. So Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from their own 20, trailing 31-6. A little over 2.5 minutes to go here in this first half.
Hoping for a drive, some kind of answer, can get another score on the board, and the Kahoks will get the ball to start second half.
That would be imperative for them to score something here before half, but they've got 80 yards to do it and about 2.5 to go and 2 timeouts in which to work with. Full backfield this time. Chai stands in shotgun, takes the handoff, and is back to pass. He's being pressured, and he's going to go down. He loses the ball, and Alton jumps on top of it. Antonio Clanton Jr. jumps on it. And Alton will get the ball back and only have to go about 12 yards for a first down, and Chris Chai is injured.
Oh, no.
And he does not look like he's going to get up anytime soon.
Well.
Injury timeout on the field. We will step aside as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Back here at West Alton Elementary School, and they are still working on Chris Chai. We'll leave that off camera. as Chris Keller is looking at the replay to find out exactly what happened. And
He got sandwiched.
yeah,
It's definitely Chai down there, unfortunately, and it's a thing we've seen a few times now already, unfortunately, for the Kahok fans, Chris Chai being down and hurt.
we're probably going to press Colby Anderson back into action.
So it's going to turn out like the Kahok game now. I got to put a new game plan out there with a new quarterback and down by 25.
The backup that came into that game.
Not on the roster today.
No, don't see. Yeah, Kerry Martin is on there.
He's on there.
Yeah, number 13. Well, Kurt Warner's old number.
But they did play 2 JV games here over the past week.
Yeah, they played the JV game on Monday. Or was it Monday?
They played one on Tuesday. It was an added game. So far, Kokia canceled the game. We're supposed to play them on Labor Day. Then they played Triad the day after last week, and then they added the Belleville West back on Tuesday. So there's been 2 games in 1 week, and there's another game on Monday for JV.
And I know there's a rule about playing time, so they might have to watch that when you're talking about maybe bringing Colby Anderson back out. Maybe Martin and Anderson, a little duo here, and they're trying to get Chai up. They do, and he is not putting any pressure whatsoever on that right leg.
Took a while before they finally got him up, and yeah, he's got that leg up in the air.
So probably the same lower body injury that kept Chai out of the Triad game. And when you keep on getting injured in the same spot, it takes a little bit longer to heal. So we, of course, hope and wish for the best for the senior quarterback for the Kahawks. As he gets help to the sideline, his night is finished.
Looks like Anderson is starting to do some throws down there, as well as.
So, looks like we'll break out of the huddle here, probably with.
Martin and Anderson are throwing it back and forth over here to the left.
Yeah.
But
that was a turnover, so we are on defense now. As the snap goes, and Jones hands it off to Johnson, and Johnson again down to the 1. This look familiar or what? Deja vu all over again.
Keep going, even though you're hitting him. His legs keep going, and then he stretches it out last minute, and down to the I think the 2 this time.
Yeah,
but,
just to mix things up a little bit.
We'll know what Alton's going to do here to punch it in. They might do this eye again. It's been effective.
Well, looks like Jones is going to stay in shotgun, and
just one guy in the backfield.
Tim Johnson's going to be his lone setback. One off tackle, but Johnson gets the ball. This time Collinsville stands him up and knocks him back about a yard. So it'll be on the 3-yard line. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and goal for Alton.
Now something positive if we push him back here on this goal line. Keep him going here, maybe hold him to a field goal.
Well, we didn't have a pregame show because of the lateness arrival of the Collinsville Kahawks, and I texted Coach Popovich to send me over Coach Bilyeu after the game, but I never got a return message, so I don't even know if that's going to happen or not.
Yeah, Coach's on the other side.
Yeah, they're all the way over on the other side. Here's another handoff to Johnson, and this time he is going to be in for a touchdown.
Quarterback handed it off, and they said, the Alton radio say 62. Got the carry.
Oh, yeah, though he's had to carry a couple of times already in this game. That was Bobby Smith. So a 3-yard run for Bobby Smith. And Alton extends their lead to 37-6. And this game is getting out of control.
9 points away from the running clock. That wouldn't hit till the second half anyway if you get to that 40-point lead.
Lombardi on to try the extra point once again. Snap down, ball down, kick is on the way, and this time it gets blocked.
That kick is just driven straight into the ground. Maybe not a good hold. Stay 37-6.
1 minute and 17 seconds left on the play clock, on the game clock here, and we'll keep it right here for this one since we're only a little over a minute away from halftime. And Collinsville will have to trot out the backup quarterback as the Kahawks trail by 31 points now.
That wouldn't be hard enough here to go backup quarterback and down 31 points. See which quarterback it is that will come out here. Or they could do Holton again, lining up in the
Wildcat.
Wildcat, if you will, yeah.
So Swaggart will come out. He'll be the deep man. He'll go back to about the 5-yard line. Juwan Ford over here on the near side. But Lombardi has not been afraid to go right down the middle to Swaggart. Swaggart's taken it out once. Green's taken it out once, and the rest have been touchbacks. Lombardi's leg is going to get tired after this night. Lombardi's ready to go. And it's on the way. And this time, Swaggart's going to get it at the 1-yard line. He'll bring it forward across the 10 and the 15. Spins away from one tackle. He's not going to be so fortunate with the next tackle. As a big takedown there by Amir Gage for Alton. And Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line.
Martin coming out there for it. Oh, no, that's a receiver.
Nope, that is Colby Anderson. The freshman will come back out.
Oh, there he is, yeah.
And for the second game in a row, he will see some varsity action. He stands in shotgun. He has a slot receiver on the right side of the formation, one lone receiver on this side. And the handoff is going to go straight up to Jaden Neighbors, and Neighbors is going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
So the Kahoks maybe just are content to run the clock out here in the half and put together some kind of second half game plan with a new quarterback.
Under a minute to go here before the horn will sound for halftime. And back to throw, and throwing it, and it's picked off. Right off of the hands of Jaden Neighbors. And right into the hands of Dominique Chavoris.
Chavoris, undersized safety out there, came up with that one. He's excited. So much for Collinsville staying conservative and running out the clock. Alton will have, how much time we got?
Not a lot, 40 seconds.
Well, Lombardi has a leg.
Collinsville has turned the ball over twice, so has Alton. Alton has already turned one turnover into points, and the chance to do the same thing here with another.
They have one timeout, I do believe.
They do.
And Collinsville's had a hard time stopping Johnson. Alton may air it out.
So Andrew Jones right back at it in shotgun. Tim Johnson stands to his right. And back to pass is Andrew Jones. Gets flushed out of the pocket on the run, throws, and completes it over on the far side all the way down to the 5-yard line on that completed pass to Jalen Tefford, I believe.
Chris Cloud Garcia lost his helmet on all that. He'll have to go off, so Collins will lose him on the defensive line on this subsequent play.
That was Gage Depew who caught that ball. I saw a 3. It couldn't make it out if it was a 3 or a 0. It turns out it's 33, not 30. So knocking on the door once again. 1st and goal for Alton. As the clock continues to run now with 24 seconds and counting. I formation for Alton. They'll hand it off to Johnson, and Johnson will barrel his way forward, and he is in for another 5-yard touchdown run this time.
They stuff it in there, and
Johnson's 4th touchdown.
And now somebody's hurt.
Has a 15-yarder, 2 1-yarders, and a 5-yarder.
Someone on the Kahoks is hurt as they come running on from the sidelines to check on him. It's 43-6.
43-6, pending the extra point here, and Collinsville has yet another injured player on the field. This time we are not sure who it is, as he wiggles around on the ground for a little bit, which usually is an indication that it's pretty painful. So the athletic training staff, Amanda Bauer and the rest of her group, very busy tonight here for Collinsville. Things just were not going Collinsville's way.
Only did real early when they got the first interception on Alton's first possession, and then they weren't able to stop Alton on a 3rd and 1. They got a long touchdown run and then a safety, and all downhill from there.
So Collinsville has gathered in 2 interceptions in this game and was unable to move the ball afterwards. And Alton has since recovered a fumble, took it in for a touchdown, and now an interception that was turned into a touchdown.
I'll get him up.
He's looks like he's walking off under his own power. Still can't see a number, though.
Becker.
Is it Becker again?
Yeah.
That's the second time he has had to go off with an injury. He seems to be walking all right.
Walking on his own now.
Yeah.
Stinger or something.
Not really too terribly hot outside, so you wouldn't think he was cramping up, but there are still athletes, and to them it is hot down there because they're running around with helmets and pads on. Here comes an extra point try by Lombardi. How many of those has he kicked tonight?
Well, this will be his 6th attempt. He's missed one.
He's missed one, so he's 5 of 6.
This is the 6th
They
attempt
went
right
for
here.
2 on 1. That's correct.
Oh, that's right. They went for 2.
Here's the ball. It's snapped, and it is on the way, and this time he is successful. So that turns it into a 44-6 game for the Alton Redbirds. And I said we weren't going to take a break the last time because there was only 1:17 left till halftime, but here we are again now with 15 seconds left to go at halftime. So again, we'll keep it here. And hope that things happen better in the second half because Collinsville will get the ball back. They'll have a freshman quarterback running things, and we'll go from there. Not much you can do, just deal with the cards that you were handed and strive on. And now we have Chris Jones as the kick returner that's deep. He stands about a yard into the end zone. Lombardi has already proven that he can get it that far. Already a long night for the Kahoks and the Kahok fans. Started off being longer when the bus was delayed, and they delayed the start of this game by 15 minutes. And that will kind of throw a wrench into your pregame plans, won't it? You get used to doing the same thing every Friday, and then, well, the first week we got rained out. Another big booming kick. This one is going to bounce, and it's going to be taken. Dropped, picked up, and to the 10-yard line is as far as Jones will get. 8 seconds left. Collinsville would probably be best served just to kneel on the ball and call it a half.
Yeah, that might have been the good call last time. They tried to pass play. Alton got the interception and the touchdown short moment later. Let's put this first half to bed.
Forget about it. It's already almost in the past. Let's leave it there. And we're still waiting for a quarterback to show up.
He's out
excuse
there.
me. Okay, there he is. All right, back there by himself, too, is the freshman, Colby Anderson, excuse me. 2 wide receivers on the near side, 3 on the far side. Anderson will go back to pass. He'll roll out, and he'll step up to the line of scrimmage and not quite get back there, and that is going to do it for the first half of play. The horn sounds as we welcome you in now to the Cafe Agape halftime show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape. Awesome food. Nachos, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, green beans, corn casserole. I could go on and on. Cafe Agape also offers catering service. And if you would like any information on that or the great food that Cafe Agape has to offer, give my friend Ron McGee a call at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. 3. Things not going that well here for Collinsville. They're down 44-6 at the end of the first half of play. We'll scour the internet for some scores and come back and tell you all about it next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape halftime show here from Alton. Collinsville trailing 44-6 and in a lot of trouble. They've turned the ball over. That's turned into scores. They've lost their starting quarterback once again, so things are not going that great here for Collinsville. Here's a look at some of your scores from around the area. Right now at halftime, East St. Louis over Neckville Valley by a score of 30-28. O'Fallon is beating Francis Howell Central. That game is also at halftime, 14-7. Belleville East in the third quarter already beating Matea Valley by a score of 17-14. Belleville West has a 21-15 lead in the third quarter over Fort Zumwalt West. That's our score. And that's all I have. What do you got over there, Chris? Anything that I didn't cover already?
I had Edwards. Well, I don't have it all in front of me. Edwardsville was up 27-7 on DeKalb. CM leads Kokia 7-6 at halftime. Triad was up 7-0 on Mount Vernon at the half, and Scooters beating Centralia 42-20 at the half. I'm doing some of these from memory.
And from the baseball land, the Cubs
Cardinals
slaughtered the Pirates earlier this afternoon by a score of 17-8. And your Cardinals at home playing the Milwaukee Brewers have broken through, and it is now 4-0 in the fourth inning. Your Cardinals have the lead. That's a look at your Cafe Agape halftime show. We'll play one more Agape commercial. Come back and let you listen to the Alton High School marching band in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Marching 100.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Back here at Alton, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Zach Roseman with you. We are at halftime. Halftime festivities winding down. I hope you enjoyed the Marching 100 Alton High School Band providing a little halftime entertainment. We're still a couple of minutes away from second half kickoff, and Chris Kettler, things are not going that well for the Collinsville Kahawks here in this game.
No, it could have almost started well with Alton turning the ball over, a couple interceptions there. Just one bright spot for the Kahawks there. The long touchdown run did get them on the board, but they're kind of holding their own a little bit there before Tim Johnson came in, and he's going to be the star of the game tonight, I think.
Oh, yeah. Johnson already has a run of 15 yards, and he added 2 more 1-yard runs and then a 5-yard run, 4 touchdowns for the Alton running back. Bobby Smith provided the other touchdown, a 3-yard run, and then, 6:35 into the first, Alton had that 7-0 lead on a 36-yard run by Dasani Stewart. Feel sorry for Dasani Stewart. He had a great first quarter, and then after Johnson came back in, after we assume is a disciplinary reason that he didn't play in the first quarter, that's usually the way that goes. And we have not seen Dasani Stewart since then.
Might see him here in the second half if this continues the way towards a blowout. Give him some more carries if that's the case, but the Kahawks will get the ball to start this third quarter, second half. Look to climb back in this, but we assume they'll be without the quarterback.
That is going to be a big uphill challenge. Chris Chai went down with about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Looks like he injured the same part of the lower body that he injured in the Cahokia game, so
he's just sitting over there on the bench, the one player sitting there. You guys are milling around on the sidelines. Everybody else is warming up.
Yeah, that's the way that it happened in that Cahokia game,
Head
too.
down.
Yep.
You know, he's a senior. He wants to be out there, and you only get so many games to play, especially in football. You get, 9 games a year. You get so many opportunities to play, unlike other sports who get more game action than football does.
And I know that he was a big contributor last year on the JV side of the basketball team, probably hoping to get some varsity minutes this year, but I don't know if it's the same portion of his right leg. He might not be back on the football field this year, and then we'll have to see what happens with basketball season.
Yeah, sure, he'd like to at least be a part of that if we have as good of a basketball season as we're hoping for. Maybe he'll still be part of the team if it doesn't come to that.
Well, we're just about ready for second half action here, and what we would like to see is for Collinsville to come back here on this first possession and drive down the field and score a touchdown and begin that comeback. If they can't accomplish that and Alton scores the next score, we're going to have running clock for the rest of this half.
Yep, rest of the game, if they can get this up over 40, it's 38 now.
Yep.
So even a safety would do it if Collinsville goes in the wrong direction here on their first possession.
Lombardi, he's ready to go. Back deep. Looks like Trevion Stewart is back as the deep man for Collinsville. They've been mixing that position up all game. No one's really had any success. A couple of touchbacks. Everything else has been taken from the 1 or the 2 or the 3-yard line, and lucky to get back up to the 15. Lombardi puts a boot into it and sends that one deep. That one's not going to be returnable. Trevion Stewart catches that about halfway into the end zone, and Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Don't know why this third light on the Alton side for the timeouts is not showing up. Kind of strange. But everybody has their full allotment of timeouts. And Collinsville will go back to work here. Colby Anderson pressed into action once again. He's got big Aaron Moulton out there to his right.
Yeah, Kahawks had him out there late in the
Now he switches sides. Yep.
In the backfield.
We'll see if they want to hand the ball to the big guy here. So far, Moulton has had 1 carry for 6 yards. There's the pitch. He runs with it and makes one guy miss, and then a couple of the guys bring him down, and he gained a whole yard.
Make one guy miss. Offensive lineman lost his guy there. Moulton had to make a miss, and then the next 2 guys bring him down.
And Moulton didn't have any blockers in front of him. He was pretty much on his own that time. Moulton stays out there and moves over from the slot from the right side and tucked into the slot here on the left side. Empty backfield now as
Now he goes
Colby
in the
Anderson,
backfield.
the freshman's trying to give the senior some direction here, and now we're going to have a timeout called as Coach Popovich said that was taking too long. And since we just came out of halftime, we're going to hold off on the commercials here, and this will be a 30-second timeout.
Something happened?
Oh, yeah, wire. Yeah.
Oh, we're taking timeouts off.
Yeah.
The coach will talk about this. If they want to get someone here with Molden, he caught a couple passes last week. They were kind of tipped and just kind of fell in his hands, but let's see something more positive here than just a little 1-yard carry.
Have not seen Jake Holton get the ball thrown at him yet this year. He's the leading receiver, 37.
He's out there.
12 catches for 185 yards for Holton on the year. Holton also leads the team in total yards, 37 rushing yards to go with those 185 receiving. Good for 222. Moulton gets the carry again, and he's wrapped up in the backfield, and he's going to lose that yard that he got earlier. So he's right back to where he was, 6 yards total.
All kinds of flags come flying in as Moulton tries to pull himself back up.
We'll see if these are going to be offsetting or if the tempers are starting to flare out there on the Kahok side of things.
And 2 guys going at it there, and they're just going to call offset. No signal.
We'll see. Now we're going to get the signal. Personal foul against Alton. Personal foul against Collinsville. Offsetting penalties, we'll do it all over again. It'll be 3rd and 10 for Collinsville from the original line of scrimmage.
Moulton does go back off, so we're traditional set here.
Jake Holton lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Travion Swaggart on this side. One lone setback, and the snap goes over the shoulders of Anderson. He picks it up and tries to throw it. At least he got it over the line of scrimmage. No intentional grounding there, so that'll bring up 4th down.
Holton was enough in the area, fired the ball down the field. Did better than Jones of Alton there, but may have taken a hit.
Yeah, we're running low on quarterbacks here, kids.
It's going to be 4th down anyway here. They'll probably look to punt this away.
Yep.
And
here
the other guy comes out.
Will Martin.
No, Will Martin does.
Yeah. So Will Martin comes out, and back deep, it is Javion Morgan. He stands right at midfield. Snap, ball on the way, and it is going to take a Collinsville roll, and actually that was not Travion Morgan. That was Alero Watson. So number 11 gave way to number 10. So Alton will have a chance to score first here in the second half, and they'll have pretty decent field position in which to work with. 38-yard line is where they'll set it down. And Andrew Jones and company will head back out. And they do bring out Dasani Stewart. Tim Johnson not out there.
Over here with his helmet off, over by the coaches. May bring him back out. Seems to be following the offensive coach around.
When are you going to put me in, coach? When are you going to put me in? He's going to just keep on jawing at him, isn't he? Stewart gets the handoff, and he has just as much success then as he did in the first quarter. As he picks up 9 on that play, it'll be 2nd down and 1 for Alton. From the 48, 47-yard line.
Holton does bring him down just before getting the 1st down. Be 2nd and short.
2nd down and 1. Alton Redbirds on the move once again. Stewart, the lone setback. And Stewart is going to take it along the right side. He'll pick up the 1st down, and he'll be in Collinsville territory. They'll mark him down at the 48-yard line. That will move the sticks.
Offensive line, Alton got the initial blocks there. Then Stewart runs right in the hands of Becker, and Becker does hold him up, but not after the gain.
Becker's been injured a couple of times in this game. He's
right back
out there, yep. I'll like to see that. Javion Morgan slides over onto the far side. Next to him is Xavier McNeil. Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to go to Stewart, and Stewart again right through the line of scrimmage, and then Gabe Miller grabs him by the waist and throws him backwards, but not before Stewart can get it up to the Kahok 44-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And Dasani Stewart will stay out there.
I don't look like they're going to get Johnson out there. His helmet's off. And
yep. Standing there with his helmet behind his back. You can see him in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. And 2nd down and 6 here for Alton. Stewart stands to the left of Jones, and he'll get the ball once again, and he'll have more success. Over to the near side sideline. He will finally, well, I thought he was going to get pushed out of bounds. Dante Williams
could just knocked him out. Didn't get a hand on him. Stewart got around the first block, and then all his blockers up the field were doing their job, and Dante Williams could have gave him a little shove out of bounds, but Stewart finds the end zone. Another Kahok is down, and on the next start of the clock will be running clock. 50-6.
Well, things have gotten progressively worse here for Collinsville.
Another injury.
Been a uphill battle all night long, and the injury bug continues to bite the Kahawks. I thought it was, is it 28 or?
I thought it was 28.
25, that's Gabe Miller.
25 is Gabe Miller, okay. Stands to reason they've been him down there.
So, Miller being tended to.
All kinds of Kahok seeing stars out there.
Yeah, they are.
Tweety Bird.
And Amanda Bauer getting a workout coming back and forth from the sideline here tonight.
Good thing we brought both trainers.
Yeah.
They got plenty to do.
50-6, 8:47 left to go here in this third quarter. As we await Lombardi to come back out. Gabe Miller walking off under his own power, so that's nice to see. As the Kahawks trot back out for the extra point try here by Lombardi and the Alton Redbirds. Nope, looks like they're going to go for 2.
Why?
I have no idea why you would go for 2.
No,
They're not? Okay.
He's putting the T down there.
All right. Well, he came on the field late. I saw the quarterback, Andrew Jones, heading back out there, and then Lombardi came on late. All right, Lombardi on to try another extra point. And it's on the way, and it is good. So the extra point added on. And when we come back, we will have running clock going 51-6 in favor of Alton as the Redbirds continue to pour it on here. We will take a break, and we'll come back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Back here at West Alton Elementary School, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, and Zach Roseman with you. Not a good night for the Kahawks. 8:47 to play in the third quarter. Collinsville trailing 51-6. And as soon as Lombardi puts a boot into this ball, we will have running clock for the rest of the game. The only thing that'll stop it, scores and timeouts, and of course the end of the quarter. Stewart back deep in his end zone. Lombardi has steadily put the ball back there the whole game. This one is going to be, nope. Oh, yeah, caught it at the 1. Run straight forward. Zigs to his left across the 25 and down at the 27-yard line. That's the best run back all night for any Kahawk on a kick return.
Maybe some different guys out there for Alton on the special teams and other injury.
Yeah, that's Stewart. Yeah, Swaggart, excuse me, yeah. Man, oh, man.
That will actually stop the clock.
Yeah, that will. Injuries stop the clock as well. And
significant injury.
Amanda Bauer back out there once again.
No, nothing for Swaggart either. He'll got some talent there on the basketball side, too. He came on late for the freshman team last year, led them to the conference.
I remember seeing him play in a couple of those games and going, wow, this kid looks
quite
pretty good. Yeah, he is.
An athlete.
Very tall, which works very well for a basketball player, in case you didn't know that. I'm very short. That's why I didn't excel at basketball. Last time I played organized basketball was in, I believe, I want to say 7th grade. Got underneath the basket. Why my short butt is underneath of a basket waiting for a rebound, I don't know. But I took an elbow to the nose. I said, that's it. Once the season's over, I'm not playing this game anymore.
At least you finished the season.
I would always do that. I'm not going to start something and then quit it. But I said after that, I'm not going to play basketball any longer. I was not destined to be a basketball player. Baseball was my thing. I was a good baseball player back in the day, but everybody continued to grow, and I didn't. And by the time I made it to high school, I couldn't keep up with a fastball. I couldn't hit a fastball to save my life.
Seemed to be working on his leg here.
So I went the other route and went the broadcasting route. Yeah, looks like it.
Might have had the better idea there, broadcasting, as opposed to
I think injury-wise, yeah, I think I'm okay with that decision. I have all my limbs. Didn't break a bone until I was well into my 30s, and that was a big toe. Broke my little toe last year.
Did you kick somebody?
The big toe, I kicked a trash can in anger at a restaurant job I was working in once. And my little toe last year, nope, I was just down in my basement getting ready to head upstairs and turn the corner and smack right into that bottom step. Right into the corner of the bottom step. My little toe swelled up to the size of my big toe and turned all kinds of different colors. And that wasn't fun. They're going to help Swaggart up, and he is going to have some assistance off the field, and he has a right leg injury. So Chris Chai and Travion Swaggart out with right leg injuries, and you know who doesn't want to see that besides the parents? Darren Lee. Two of his basketball players have left this game with leg injuries.
It's the risk you take with more athletes. You don't see athletes come out and compete, but you don't want to see them get hurt.
Nope.
And affect other sports later in the year.
8:40 left to play here in the third quarter. The referee starts the clock. It will continue to run. Collinsville with the ball. First down and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Colby Anderson out back there by himself as Jaden Neighbors goes into motion. Empty backfield. And immediately a throw in the flat, and Jake Holton caught the ball and then got hit immediately. Didn't even have a chance to put 1 foot forward. Loss of 3 on the play.
As soon as he catches the ball, he was hit. Driven backwards, that play goes nowhere. Kind of passes the Kahoks have been doing most of the night. Not too many shots up the field.
Short and parallel to the line of scrimmage. The only shot they took down the field was overthrown by Chris Chai. And they really haven't tried since until now. That's a forward pass to Jake Holton. Nice move. Gets around a defender and then gets about 7 yards, maybe 8 before he is finally brought down in front of his own bench.
A little medium pass there. Works this time.
Well, the Kahoks are going to have to do a lot more of that. I would imagine they would have pretty much abandoned the running game at this point and open it up.
Clock's running anyway.
Yep. Colby Anderson. And he will hand the ball off this time, and this time it'll go to Jaden Neighbors. And Neighbors thought he was, Kyler
whistle.
Williams. I didn't hear one, not until afterwards.
Right, he went down there, we didn't know whistle, he just kept going. Then the whistle came. Good smart play. If the whistle but it never came, might have been all the way in the end zone before anybody realized what happened.
Well, all he did was got back up to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 4th down and about 2. Kahoks, of course, going for it, trailing 51-6. Split backs right behind your quarterback, And you have
Jaden Neighbors on the left of Anderson and Kyler Williams on the right. Aaron Moulton is back out there, lines up as a wide receiver. Tucked into the slot as Anderson looks and throws and completes it to the 40-yard line. That's going to be close enough for a first down on the completion to Jackson Lee.
Coach Lee's son getting in there, getting the catch. He cuts back, runs up the field, and then cuts back and makes the catch.
So first down for Collinsville. The sticks have moved. And Anderson gets the play. 3 wide receivers line up over on the far side now. 1 over here on the near side. 1 lone running back, and that I believe is Jaden Neighbors. And no, they're going to hand the ball off to the new number 1, and he breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and gets close to the line of scrimmage once again for Amir Doris.
Amir Doris broke the tackles there at the line, spun out of one, and then gets a 10-yard gain. Good carry, his first carry of the game, right?
Yes. Collinsville wasting no time. This time they will hand the ball off to Jaden Neighbors, and Neighbors was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, he lost a yard on the play. Whistles blowed. Is there any flags down?
He fumbled it. It seemed like the referee came in through the beanbag. Now,
personal
horse
foul.
Collar.
Yeah, horse collar personal foul against Alton. So that'll give Collinsville a first down after they tack on the 15 yards. And Collinsville now into Alton territory. And they'll have the ball. First down at the Alton 36-yard line. So we're moving the ball. But the clock continues to run. We're already down to 5:15 left to play here in this third quarter. Doris will line up as a wide receiver over on the far side. Lee over here on the near side. And the handoff is going to go right up the middle, and a nice job by Jaden Neighbors as his line opened up a hole for him, and that's good enough for another first down.
Now
we have a...
What do we have?
Oh, thought there was a flag. Never mind.
Now some success for the Kahok offensive line. Now they're going to establish the running game. Getting towards the red zone now.
Are they playing against the backup defense for Alton, though? That remains the question. Collinsville's original starters out there, the ones that aren't hurt anyway. Now Doris will come over to this side and line up in a slot with 3 others. Man comes into motion, empty backfield. Anderson back to throw, has a man open, but then that man gets cut off, and that's an interception by Alton right at the 1-yard line. Interception. They're going to say hit the ground. Alero Watson was there, thought he had it, but apparently not, according to the referee.
Looking for Holton there. Him and the defensive player both went to the ground trying to get it. Neither of them could pull it up off the ground.
Yeah, Alero Watson stepped right in front of Holton at the last minute, almost had that interception. So luckily for Collinsville, it hits the ground. Second down and 10. Handoff goes right up the middle, and that is Jaden Neighbors. And Neighbors will get some positive yards, about 2. It'll bring up a third down and about 8 to go here for Collinsville. 3:50 left to play here in this third quarter now. That clock, man, it'll run quick when you're not paying attention to it.
Yeah, Anna Collins will get the score. It'll stop for the score, but then the running clock for the game doesn't go away when it goes back below 40.
Empty backfield once again. Anderson in shotgun, back to pass. Looks, throw up. Now we got tipped. He had Holton right at the line of scrimmage, and if he could have gotten it there, Holton could have at least got about 5 yards out of that, but instead it's going to bring up a 4th down and 8.
He was slanting across looking for some blockers there, but the ball got knocked down by that defensive line of Alton. Now it's 4th down, right?
4th down and 8.
Definitely not going to take a field goal here.
No. Kyler Williams lines up in the slot. Jackson Lee over here on this near side. Doris in the backfield, but now Anderson goes over to get a new play maybe. No play clock on the field, so the referees are keeping track of that. Now Anderson in shotgun, back to pass once again, getting pressured from behind, and he will go down. That'll bring the ball back to the Alton Redbirds on a turnover on downs.
Clock continues to move with 2:25 left to play here in this third quarter.
And just scrambled, did Anderson, and he had nowhere to go. Get swarmed up there, and looked like a positive drive for the Kahoks. Stalls out at the 25.
Might need to adjust that, dude. You can't even see the sideline anymore. You got to undo it and then adjust. All right. 1st and 10 now for Alton. Looks like they may have a new quarterback in. Can't tell yet. And they do. Number 1 is Cavante Samilton, and the handoff will go almost to midfield. And that is Stewart once again.
Stewart with all kinds of running room there.
He's had a good game, has Stewart. Only saw playing action in the first quarter until this third quarter started. He might end up surpassing Tim Johnson in yards by the time this one's over.
Unless they're just going with the design third and second and fourth quarter for each of these guys, but I don't think there's going to be much playing time there for the fourth quarter.
Cavante Samilton is the quarterback for Alton now. And Stewart, the fake handoff goes to him, and Samilton keeps it, gets a couple yards into Collinsville territory at the 49. Bring up second down.
Chris Cloud Garcia gets the tackle there.
Under a minute to go here in the third. 51-6, Alton with a commanding lead. Dasani Stewart remains the lone setback. Cavante Samilton, oh, there's another muffed snap. And this time Stewart will go back and he'll land on the ball way back at the Alton 31-yard line. That will bring up a long situation with 20 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. And it'll be second down and about a half a country mile to go for a first down. Third down.
Wait till the go ahead and put the end of the third quarter here.
And the clock does indeed go down to zeros. So we will step aside, and we're back with the start of the fourth quarter here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
I have no problem with that. All right, I have used all of my long commercials. Oh, except for Crossroad Motors, I haven't used that one yet. All right. Back here at West Alton Elementary School. Not a good night if you're a Kahok fan. Collinsville trailing 51-6. Fourth quarter underway. And Alton looking at a third down and long, and they give the ball up to Stewart, and Stewart gets out of a couple of tackles and then tries a stiff arm, and then he gets taken down right in front of his bench. No flags thrown, so no late hit called. And no injuries.
They have forced Alton to punt here for the first time. It's fourth down.
Maybe.
No, they keep
I think they're probably going to go for it.
Get the offense out here.
Giving the backup quarterback, Cavante Samilton, some extra time on the varsity side of things. Two wide receivers on the far, one on the near. We'll see if they'll let Samilton throw it this time. Here's the snap. Nope, they're going to hand it off to Stewart once again. And Stewart is zigzagging his way upfield. And he gets close to midfield before he is finally taken out. And there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, flag thrown in the middle of the field away from the play.
That's going to go against Alton, too. I think they're going to get number 64 there and looking at him saying he pushed off of somebody.
Jermaine Burns was wrapped up with somebody. chop block, I guess, because
Yeah.
I saw Burns there and two Alton guys.
Referee calling it. Personal foul against Alton. And it's declined. So Collinsville will take over on downs. And besides the 2 interceptions, I don't think that's the first play that Alton hasn't scored on.
First possession.
Yeah, first possession they have not scored on
First
besides
one.
the 2 interceptions.
2 interceptions there, and now we stop them.
So Collinsville will take over in Alton territory at the Redbirds' 47-yard line. And Jake Holton is going to run off the field. This spot will be taken by Colin Eads. Also, Juwan Ford out as a wide receiver. On the far side, Doris is over here on the near side. Aaron Moulton is in the tight end position in the slot. Back to pass is Anderson. He's on the run, and he is going to be taken down at about the 45-yard line, gain of 2 on the play. He ran about 15 yards east to west and got about 3 yards north to south.
When he first swung it out there to the far side, looked like he had some running room, but Alton closed in on that quickly and ended up being about a 3-yard gain.
Empty backfield once again. Colby Anderson, the freshman quarterback, pressed into duty for the second game in a row. And he's back to pass, a little sideline pass to Jackson Lee, and Jackson does not even get back up to the line of scrimmage. He was wrapped up immediately.
He had to come back for the ball. He turned around, he was immediately wrapped up again.
And a loss of 1 on the play will bring up a 3rd down and 9 with 8:45 left to play here in this one. I think it's safe to say that by now. Normally I don't say that. I just say 4th quarter, but I would assume, and here is Doris, and Doris got lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 9.
Yeah, with a guy wrapping him up in the backfield, tailing him the whole time. He was lucky to get it back for no gain.
So a 4th down coming up here for Collinsville. They will have to take care of all the players on the MASH unit and go back to the drawing board and figure things out as they will take on Taylorville next week at home.
Now the Kahoks will punt here on 4th down.
Italian Fest weekend. Collinsville is going to punt, and it'll be Will again. I think so. Will Martin, okay. Low, off the ground. He picks up the snap. And a low kick that will take a Collinsville roll, and it'll go out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. So the Alton Redbirds will start. 1st and 10 from their own 15. Clock running with 7:40 left to play here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, our next 2 opponents, Lincoln and Taylorville, are having a battle.
They playing each other tonight?
Yeah, they're playing each other tonight. I mean, yeah, down in Taylorville, 19-17 in the 4th quarter. Late in the 4th quarter, I believe. They're having quite a battle there.
Who has the lead?
Oh, Taylorville.
Taylorville,
19-17 lead on Lincoln.
Okay.
That's our next 2 opponents.
Yes, it is.
So if we're looking to scout anybody, they could have sent somebody just to that one game and have the next one covered.
Wonder if they did that. We'll have to find out, hopefully. Well, we will talk to Coach Popovich next week. We'll be at home. A little different schedule than when they come on the road. Coach Pop told me at the beginning of the year it might be tough for him to do interviews on the road, so we'll have to work something else out if we can. Here is a keeper by Samilton, and Samilton gets about 7 yards on the play, maybe 8. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Alton Redbirds. Student body cheering section over there in their construction gear. They've been standing up all night like they normally do. And unfortunately, they have not had a lot to cheer for.
They've all stuck around, yeah.
They have stuck around.
And they got switched last week on the home game. Now they're over closer to our side.
Here's the handoff to Dasani Stewart, and this time, for the first time, I think this game, Stewart is tackled in the backfield for a loss.
Somebody have been shooting off fireworks time to time over here. It can't be that close to this game.
3rd down Yeah, we have some people that live right behind us that shooting off fireworks just a couple of days ago. My poor little dog out there, he's like, hey, this is not July. 5:45 to play here in this one. It's been all Alton. Collinsville has been bitten by the injury bug, and a host of other things have gone wrong here tonight. 3rd down and 6 now for the Alton Redbirds. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Stewart, and Stewart up the middle. He'll run for a while. I don't think anyone's going to catch him as he outdistanced himself from the closest Kahok for a moment. For a moment, Kyle Kershaw was on his heels, but Stewart's speed made the separation possible, and it's another touchdown for the Alton Redbirds. And that will make it a 57-6 game. And the clock stops on the score with 5:16 left to play here in this 4th quarter. And Lombardi will trot back out for another extra point try.
That's some unbelievable speed there to go 81 yards. And he was still cruising the last 20 and beat the guys that were trying to chase him down.
So Stewart has 3 touchdowns. A 36-yarder, a 44-yarder, and an 81. Did he say 81 yards?
Yeah, that one was 81, right?
Wow.
I thought he was 1 yard behind the 20.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Lombardi, you ready? And Collinsville may have been offside, but I think the referee, he threw the flag out. The extra point is good, and the flag will go against Collinsville. Oh, no, they're going to call it against Alton on a false start. So take away the extra point for right now.
Either way, it's going to be redone. Even if it's on Collinsville to neutral zone infraction, does stop a play. It's not like NFL where you can still try to beat the team when they're offsides.
No, now they're going to say offside. Collinsville. The referee on the far side was coming over to the line of scrimmage doing the whole circle thing with his hands. That's a false start.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who saw it because I was about ready to think I was seeing things. All right, so it is against Collinsville. It'll still bring up 4th down. They'll just move the ball a little closer. Not that Lombardi needed any help. He has missed 1 extra point tonight, but he's nailed all the rest of them. And he's trying to put Collinsville down by 52 points.
He's got to make it because the Alton Cheerleaders just did 58 jumping jacks.
And he will.
Okay.
So the extra point is good. 58-6 in favor of the Alton Redbirds. And we will take a timeout and wait for the ensuing kickoff. And we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Back here at West Alton Elementary School, I am Todd Duke, Chris Kettler on the other microphone, manning the camera tonight. Zach Roseman, 58-6. Taylorville just beat Lincoln, 19-17, so Taylorville will come to town next week at a perfect 3-0. Lincoln, what did that drop them down to, do we know?
0-3 maybe?
0-3?
Yeah,
okay.
0-3.
Lombardi ready to kick it off once again. And Travion Swaggart back deep. Lombardi, his legs got to be tired at the end of this game.
Hey, he's got a soccer game to play tomorrow.
Well, Swaggart takes that right out of the hands of Doris and gets it up to the 25-yard line. So Lombardi does play soccer.
I thought so.
Well, you were at the soccer game the other night, weren't you? No, you weren't. That's right. You were at the JV football game. Flag on the play.
I thought so. He played soccer, and I heard Kuzneric talking about they had
Okay.
a soccer game tomorrow with Grand City.
Okay.
So I was going on that.
I would think they would be right.
Trying to get the clock wound here.
5 minutes it stopped at. Now they're going to start it.
Trying to get it started.
So Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from their own 26. Colby Anderson getting a lot of experience here on the varsity level as a freshman, which will bode well by the time he's a junior and senior, but I'm sure that the coaching staff would rather that not happen. But oh, yeah, flag on the play, by the way.
No, they waved it up. They
did
had
they?
it out there, and they waved it off. And
Okay.
then now they're trying to figure out where to spot the ball.
Well, they had it right the first time. Meanwhile, they wasted all that time on the clock because they started it about a minute ago. Anderson hands the ball off to Doris, and Doris works his way up to about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play, make it 4. We'll call it a 2nd down and 6.
Seemed like Doris wanted to take it at first, or Anderson was bobbling it after getting this shotgun snap.
Down to 4 minutes to go here. Here is Doris with a handoff. Tries the right side and gets wrapped up and thrown right back up to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. And now Doris is hurt. Well, he gets back up, though. He's all right.
Closes in on him there. Doris trying to cut the corner. Different receivers out there for the Kahoks.
3 of them line up all the way over on the far side. Doris is going to be in between. Well, now he's going to come off the field. And now, lining up in the slot is Tuan Burge. Anderson in the shotgun, takes the snap and keeps it. Tries the right side and has some. Oh, then he gets taken down from around the neck. No flag on the play. Man, I tell you what, he got grabbed from the collar and thrown down on the ground, and the referees looked the other way.
It seemed like a textbook collar tackle there.
Yeah.
Grabbing him and pulling him, then pushing him down the ground. No call.
No. First down, though, for Collinsville. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 over here on the near side. Handoff is going to go to Kyler Williams. Williams up the middle, has some room, and then gets tugged down by his jersey from behind and gains about 8 yards on the play. 2.5 minutes to go here in this game. Collinsville trailing 58-6, and the Kahawks will fall to 0-3. Alton will improve their record to 2-1. We know that Collinsville will be back home next week taking on Taylorville. Alton, they will be at Edwardsville as they open up Southwestern Conference play on the road next week.
Yep, Southwestern Conference teams will finally get to open up play next week.
They have 6 conference games on the schedule this year instead of the usual 7. We're under 2 minutes to go now. Colby Anderson takes the snap and hands it off to Doris. Doris has some room on the left side, cuts it. And then he gains about 2 yards, more than he needed for the first down. That'll move the sticks again. And with about 90 seconds left to go, Collinsville will have a fresh set of downs. They are playing against the backups on the defensive side of things. So having about a little bit more success against the backups.
Sides,
yeah, we have backups on both sides, except for Kyler Williams. And now Doris will get the handoff once again and take it left side off the tackle and get a couple of yards.
See, maybe take a shot down the field here, see if you can't get a score.
1 minute to go here in this one. Why not? Let's see what kind of arm Anderson has. You have to give him some protection, though. Give him some time to throw.
Yeah, if you can get that time, somebody can get down the field.
Well, another handoff to Doris. This time Doris tries right tackle and has
Oh,
very good success, and a shoestring tackle probably prevented a touchdown, or else he would have been gone. Nice open field tackle by number 37, and I don't have a 37 on the Alton roster, so who knows.
37 was the last man there. Other than that, Doris would have been gone to the end zone.
Yep.
Maybe the final play of the game.
Could be the final play. We're down to about 20 seconds by the time they get everything set up. Here is Anderson, and he will hand the ball off to Doris once again. Doris will run to the sideline, and actually that's Kyler Williams. And that might just about do it. Under 10 seconds to go, and there will not be enough time to run another play, and Collinsville will lose this one by a final score of 58-6, and will try to lick their wounds and patch up their wounded Warriors and try it again next week. As we welcome you now into the Chiropractic Works post-game show, brought to you by my buddy Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Back here at West Alton Elementary High School, 58-6, the final score as Collinsville drops a tough game here. Tough from the scoreboard side of things and the injury side of things, as the Kahawks lost a couple of their big playmakers out there, and Chris Chai and Travion Swaggart. We hope that they're okay and the outlook is good for them. At least hopefully they can get healed up enough to get back on the basketball court come November. But final score 58-6. The lone bright spot for Collinsville was the 71-yard touchdown run by Jaden Neighbors. That was the only score of the night for Collinsville, and Chris Kettler was just a rough start all the way around, starting with the bus being late and having the game pushed back 15 minutes. It just went downhill from there, didn't it?
I guess it's a bad sign there from the beginning. You talked about the one touchdown for the Kahawks. Even after a bad first quarter of it 17-0, you're hoping to climb back in it there, but then Alton's ground game was spectacular tonight. They reported on there in the second quarter and kept it going on with another touchdown there in the third quarter, and pretty much the game was over there with the running clock.
Yeah, you had Johnson and Stewart providing all the ground game that Alton would need. I believe Johnson scored 4 touchdowns, and
so like Alton
Stewart scored 3.
Seemed like Alton last year, their better thing with attack was the passing game there, but this year they didn't need to pass it much. They was all on the ground.
They found a running game. That's going to do it for us. We're not going to probably have anybody come up into the box. They probably wouldn't want to talk very much about this game anyway, so we're going to call it a night, and we're going to try it again next week when we return home and we take on Taylorville. But before we get there, we have some more volleyball and some more soccer action coming up for you next week. We have girls volleyball at home versus Edwardsville on Tuesday, and then Thursday we're at Edwardsville for boys soccer. Girls volleyball game starts at 6 o'clock, and the soccer game starts at 6:30, and then, of course, we'll be back home for the Taylorville-Collinsville football game at Kahok Stadium. So thank you guys. Chris Kettler, Zach Roseman over here on the camera. I'm Todd Duke, and until Tuesday, everyone have a fantastic weekend.